Hey everybody, I hope you're all having a good weekend. It's Saturday, April 5th. I am riding around Minneapolis right now. I just picked up this cargo bike this morning or afternoon from the Minneapolis Cargo Bike Library, which is such a cool project going on that I'm excited to be one of the, actually the first person to check out a bike from it. I'm excited to check out their other bikes that they're bringing in as those come in. But today we're gonna ride around Minneapolis a bit on this e-cargo bike. Hope that wind's not too hard in your face. Or in your ears, I guess. It's in my face. Everybody knows I'm a full-time wind hater, but with the e-bike, it's not so bad. Got the pedal assist mode on, just kind of zip around. As long as I don't get blown over. Crossing over the interstate 35W right now, going past Martin Luther King Jr. Park. Heading to the Kingfield, Lindale area. This Lindale neighborhood is actually where the Cargo Bike Library is geared toward. It is being put on by the Lindale Neighborhood Association, Bike Minnesota, Laura from our streets. I don't think it's associated with our streets though. So a very cool project going on here with free e-bike and cargo bike rentals for people to check out cargo bikes and explore them and see how they fit within their lifestyle. I picked this one up today and then took my kids out for a ride on it earlier, and they just had a blast. It's this is the Avington Abound. Later in the ride I might stop and pull the camera off the front of the bike so people can see it a bit more and see what we're working with today. But the kids loved it. They were giggling and playing and said it was awesome back there. Love to hear. They're also taking part in 30 Days of Biking, which is a April challenge, just to ride your bike every day in the month of April. And if you don't do it in April, you can do it another month or any 5, 10, 1 30-day period. Really cool initiative started by this guy Patrick here in Minneapolis. I think he lives in St. Paul now. Moved over to the dark side of the river. I think he's been doing that about a little over 10 years now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it does not seem. There we go. I found that weekend biking has been a little bit dangerous than weekday. Commute to work and right around the city on weekdays quite a bit, not so much on weekend days, and it's got to be like the third or fourth time today that someone taking a turn has just come pretty close to me. A few there on I think it was either Park or Portland earlier. Someone just like saw me going through the intersection and they'd been waiting for a right turn red. They'd cleared up for me. And when we got a green light, they just went anyway and just like stared me down as they almost ran me over. What did I do? Leave me alone. We are currently on the wonderful Bryant Avenue bike lane. Hey, Sam's 1069, I think that is. Yeah, I can't see as well from the bike that when I'm holding the camera right up there closer to my face. But hello up there in the north suburbs. Yeah, watch out. Too many people in a hurry, right? Sometimes being in a hurry like that can actually slow you down. You don't get into an accident and you end up late. They said they hit you and leave. I hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised. And enjoying this beautiful sunny day in Minneapolis. A little breezy, a little chilly, but I think we're on the tail end of it here. It looks like next week it's going to be 50s, and then I think next weekend I saw 70, which that'll have the people out. Sam says 40% of people in Minneapolis have no insurance. Yikes. We're pulled up on Canteen here. If you're riding your bike or walking along Bryant, when they're open, you just pull up right here. Grab your little coffee, your pastry, whatever, from the window. And then be on your way. Easy peasy. It's me says, are you going to show the actual cargo bike at the end of the ride? Yeah, I think at some point. Dwayne says spring is here, 50s now, it's 12 degrees Celsius. There we go. All about the sunshine. Those old homes along Bryant are nice. Yeah, are you going to take this bike grocery shopping? Yeah, that's definitely the plan, is to at least do either a grocery run or pickup run. I've been running errands around on it today. I was out earlier when I first got it. So this bike had 0 miles on the odometer when I got it. So taking about 25 miles today. Been out for a little under 2 hours. And I was riding around earlier and I saw a stand that was selling, they were advertising Indian tacos, so I pulled over, grabbed some of those. Yeah. Set those on the front of the on the bin on the front of the bike. Brought a couple orders home. Me and my wife had some. Found out that it was a group of people that were in recovery that were having the tacos or selling the tacos to raise money for like a AA event that they were going to attend or something. Really supportive of that and wishing all those people in recovery all the best. Met a couple really nice people there. Definitely will stop by again if I see them posted up in the future. Zipping along the Midtown Greenway. Our bike in touring mode. I think this cargo bike has 3 or 4 modes. It looks like, let's see, we've got eco mode. You're gonna have like the least boost, touring, sport, and then turbo. On the left. Good, go get the groceries before tariffs hit and you pay 60% more soon. Sheesh, yeah, terrifying stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do for food if prices start increasing that much. I'm gonna have to go back to the bean tortilla and salt diet. Yeah, definitely terrifying stuff. Terrifying. Boo, what a terrible pun. Not intended, in my defense, for once. But yeah, it's a scary thought of what prices are gonna look like in the coming months if the administration does not back down on their desire to destroy the American economy. Shout out from Brainerd. Hey, hope you're doing well in Brainerd. Oh, I bought a heated vest, right, all winter. Nice. Maybe next year I'll grab something like that. I need my chest wasn't too bad. Legs were all right with leggings. I think the gloves and the hands are what get coldest for me. Like those heated gloves are probably the most appealing. Heated gloves and nicer goggles. Because I got some cheap goggles and they ended up fogging up super quick. And I think it's worth it just to invest a little bit extra to get the nicer ones. Because there's no point in having those goggles when they're just fogged over the whole time, right? riding around downtown earlier, there was someone on like a single speed that pulled up next to me, and they were like riding around in circles at a stoplight, and then they got going. I could not stay. I was like trying to stay caught up with them, pedaling as hard as I could on this thing. We maxed out at like mid-20s on flat land, and they took off. Does it feel heavy or wobbly when you're turning? No, not at all. So right now I'm riding around by myself and it feels fine. I've had light loads so far and everything has felt fine. Here's Venture Bikes, Midtown Bike Center here on the left, really cool spot. But yeah, every time I've ridden around so far, it's been fine with the load that I've had. But when I was riding around with my kids, they were just laughing up a storm. They are probably about 150 or so pounds between the two of them, right around that range, maybe a little less, I don't know. And when they're leaning, you can feel it. And if they're leaning the other way when I'm trying to turn, it got a little wobbly. But it was pretty easy. It took a few minutes, you know, just when you first start carrying people around, riding a little slower and getting comfortable with it, as always. Making sure everybody's safe. But yeah, this ride's super easy. The front wheel's really small, so it doesn't have as high of a max speed or top speed, but it gets up to speed pretty quickly and really easy to ride. Coming to the end of the Midtown Greenway here. And so this is the Aventon Abound. It's got like a little rack on the front and then seats in the back for 2 kids. Then they have manual cargo bike, so no e-assist or anything there if you want to try that out. And then in the coming weeks or month or so, they're going to be getting a bunch trike with the bucket in the front there, which is going to be really cool. Can't wait to see that one and check it out. I heard that design for them. sunset chasers. See Minneapolis in the distance. The seat adjustment might not quite be tight enough. I noticed just now that it had gotten a little bit lower than I would have liked. Been adjusting it a bit and had to go prop it back up. Got a light rail train coming by. You know, I always gotta stop to watch the trains go by. Heading out from the Franklin station up ahead. There we go, my foamer friends. trail closed begins April 7th. Uh-oh. Man size says high rollers. Here to the left is the station where the light rail trains get their maintenance done on, and their garage and everything. I know as doors opened last year, they did a tour of that. Looked like a pretty cool one to see. Riverside Place apartments by Cedar Avenue, Riverside. Some will say Mary Tyler Moore lived there. Mary J says, "Is there any place that you won't bike to?" I don't know. It's maybe somewhere kind of like far away, but not really. I mean, everything's pretty chill. Or you can just kind of ride away, right? I don't know. Looks like there's something going on at, oh, it's the wrestling. Something going on at US Bank Stadium, because there's a bunch of trucks around there. Not little semi trucks with their trailers. Got some kids playing football over here. Someone said it gets a little rough in the Cedar Riverside area. Man size said has some good time in Cedar. And maybe at like what was the club that used to be there? You got Cedar Cultural Center now, but there used to be the smaller one, the like punk club up there. What was it called? Palmer's is still there. Oh, the Triple Rock. Yeah. Triple Rock used to be right there. A couple of turkeys. You guys see those turkeys back there to the right? Zipped right behind. All right. What was that? 6 cars before one stopped. storm. What was it? We're doing left on red. Yeah, we know in that last. Some parts are to what was it? 15. It's brewing. Alright, I'll pull over and I'm gonna go ride to the other side of the river and then I'll show the bike. Going on here? Baby, I shiver when they rolled in rough out there. Is there some kind of country music concert going on around here somewhere? A lot of cowboy hats. Or Ian or High. That guy's dressed in country music attire. Maybe there's a country musician playing at US Bank Stadium tonight, and all of those trucks were for that and not for the wrestling event coming up on Monday. I say out loud in mouth to that guy, I'm cutting over this way. There's no way they can see me. They can't tell what I'm saying. Just jumping in front of them and hoping for the best. By here earlier and someone was standing there waiting for the light and they're like, I don't know what happened, what their deal was. They like yelled at me, swing at me as I rode by. They didn't come anywhere near me, but yeah, they were mad about something. I don't know. Christopher says we didn't get as hard in that last storm. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully that last storm is the last storm for the year. And from here we start finally moving on to more rain, less snowfall. Because haven't we had enough snow this year already? I have ridden this bike 31 miles for 2 hours and 6 minutes, and the charge has gone down to 30%. Not bad. I think the portion when I was pulling my kids on it earlier was probably the biggest drop. Stop and show the bike here for a moment. It's me says it's electric. I thought you were pedaling this whole time. Like, wow, you got stamina. Yeah, no, it's got the E assist.